Hi, it's Uni. Welcome back to another bag video. Today I'm going to tell you about the bags that I've sold and why I've sold them. When I was actually preparing for this video, I've noticed that I've not actually sold that many bags. I think that's because I generally kind of don't really impulse buy that often. I do think a long time before I actually spend the money on a bag, and usually I kind of sell a bag or two to kind of fund the next bag, so I do think about it very carefully. I find selling bags can be quite a bit of a hassle, so I don't really like the process of selling bags, so I don't want to buy something knowing that I don't absolutely love it and then having to kind of sell it, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't actually have that many, but I'm going to tell you the few that I have and hopefully it's interesting. So one of the first bags I sold was the Louis Vuitton Petit in the monogram print, and that was the vintage version, kind of the old model, the one without all the vachetta around the bottom of the bag. I mean, at the bottom, right at the bottom, yeah, but not kind of around the edge. That was the older model. I bought that one because I love the style, I loved how it looks. The reason I sold it because the strap was quite uncomfortable. It kept sliding off my shoulder and I found the bag kind of stuck out quite a bit when I was wearing it, so maybe that was why it kept sliding off, and it just wasn't very comfortable, and after a while I kind of just dread using it, so I ended up selling it to a friend. And I miss it. I miss how it looks. I love how it looked, but that was about it. I didn't enjoy using it. So I ended up selling that one quite a few years ago now. The next bag I sold is the Louis Vuitton Delightful PM in the monogram print. That again was the old model. They released a newer model kind of not that long ago, but I think it's now discontinued. I think the older model, Delightful, was slightly bigger than the new model, and it had kind of the leather at the front compared to like the newer ones which didn't have the leather tab. I really like slouchy bags, the slouchier the better, so that's why I bought that bag. Again, I loved how that bag looked, and I also loved how it felt. The canvas was very soft, the bag was very slouchy. I just love how it just felt in my hands, but again, using it, like carrying up my shoulder, just wasn't very comfortable. And I didn't really like how it looked being carried on the shoulder, kind of the way it slouched. It wasn't really slouching, it just kind of went a weird shape. I don't know how to describe it, but I just didn't like how it looked on my shoulder. I liked carrying it on the crook of my arm, or just having it sat somewhere where I take pictures. That's what I liked about it. And I did like putting my hands in and going through stuff because, like I said, the canvas was just so soft and nice. But again, that was it. But actually carrying it day to day wasn't very comfortable, and yeah, I didn't really enjoy it as much as I thought I would, so I ended up selling that one again quite a few years ago. I've mentioned in one of my other videos that I did buy the Louis Vuitton Neverfull GM in the monogram. That was one of my first Neverfulls that I bought back in 2007 when it was released, but I sold it kind of I think a year after and got the MM size. But then I think it was 4 years ago, I repurchased the Neverfull GM in the monogram pro because I loved it so much. In hindsight, I would have kept the original one because the interior was different back then, and in general I felt like the canvas was probably a little bit different as well. But yeah, I don't regret selling it back then because it felt right at the time, and it helped me fund the MM size that I wanted in the damier bend print, which I still have today. So I bought that one but repurchased, so I guess that still counts as selling it at the time. When I decided to sell it at the time, I felt like it was just too big because I didn't know much about the Neverfull when it was released. I just got kind of the bigger size, not actually knowing how big the bag was. I never went to look at it in the shop, or never really seen many people wear it and see how it looked on them. I just went ahead and picked the bigger size basically, and then realized it was massive at the time, and I certainly didn't need kind of such a big bag. So yeah, a year later I sold that one and got the MM size instead. But now, having repurchased it, I do use it all the time. I use it as a weekend bag or going away for like a short period of time. And for a while I've used that as a work bag when I used to have to carry my laptop with me all the time. So that was really good, a work bag and weekend bag, and I can't imagine selling it now. So there are two more bags that I want to sell but haven't gotten around to sell it yet. Like I say, I don't like the process of selling handbags, so it's still here, but these are two that I'm definitely going to get rid of. The first one is my delightful MM in the Damier Azur. It's still quite new. I did use it quite a lot one summer. The reason I bought this bag is because I've actually wanted the Neverfull in this same combination, the Damier Azur and the rose ballerine interior. I've been wanting that bag for so long and just never got it. Then when I saw this one come up pre-loved, I thought I'll just get it. And because this got the same combination, and I thought maybe I would enjoy it, because at the time I already had two Neverfulls, which is the Neverfull GM and the Neverfull MM that I mentioned. So I thought maybe I'll get a slightly different style, even though I've tried the delightful MM in the past and sold it. I kind of stupidly got this one, which again, I don't find it very comfortable using it. I thought having a bigger size, the slouch would be different and it would be more comfortable, but it turns out to be still kind of the same issue with the PM size. So I will be selling this one, but I do really love it. I just love how it looks, but I'm not using it, so I will be selling this one soon. The final bag I'm going to sell is going to be my Bosphore in the monogram print. It's the backpack, which is discontinued. I know a lot of people love this bag, and I do love it. I've thought long and hard about keeping it or selling it. I love that it's got loads of pockets, and it's a backpack, and it does carry quite a lot. But the problem is I just don't reach for it. I find the bag slightly heavy because it's got a lot of hardware and a lot of leather. I feel like even just like empty, it's quite a heavy bag. And the other reason is when I generally use backpacks is because I do want to carry a lot. So this one being heavy already, it's a little bit of a problem. I feel it's just like if I fill it, it's just a lot of weight. And the other reason I use a backpack, a big backpack anyway, is usually because I want to carry a lot of stuff and not have to worry. It will generally be because I'm going away or just going somewhere that I just want a backpack to carry a lot of stuff that I don't have to care about. But this one has vachetta leather around, and I don't feel like I can be that carefree with this bag because of the leather, so I wouldn't take it out if it's raining. So I feel like I don't enjoy it in that regard, that I want to carry a lot, but I in a way still have to baby it because of all the leather. I think over the years since I've had this bag, I probably use it maybe once a year when I go on holiday. But even then I have to be very conscious, oh, I'm carrying a bag, I can't be carefree, so if it rains it's going to be a problem, and it's heavy, and it's just a lot of umming and ahhing before I actually decided to go for this bag. So rather than just having it sat around, I will be selling this one as well. I probably will regret it, and it's discontinued and it's so hard to find, but I think that's the right decision. So those were my bags I have sold or about to sell and the reasons why. Hope it helps you make decisions. If you do have any questions about any of them, please leave them down below. I have made videos on most of them, which I will leave a link down below if you're interested in watching the video on them. Yeah, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below, or any comments that you would like if you just want to say hi. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.